Hello, everybody. I'm Paul Dowding. I'm a volunteer co-chair of the GBA board, and I also run the banking and finance working group. I'm also, in my real job, co-founder and head of design for L4S Core and our differentiating layer one protocol, Tapestry X. Who here is here to listen about blockchain? I got audience participation. Great. All right. Anybody here who's interested in accounting? All right. Anybody here from back office operations? You're the guys that can save the world. Okay, right. So, why are we excited about blockchain? Well, it's got the peer-to-peer or B2B settlement in real time. It's 24/7. And it's also a ledger that can clear and settle any asset. Usually there's a different infrastructure for every type of asset. But in a blockchain network, one of the aspects that most people forget is actually the synchronization. It's a network of synchronized ledgers. So when you're using it to tokenize real world assets, you're actually having applications that are all disparate, talking to nodes in a blockchain that are synchronized. So why can't they, as a sub ledger to the applications or general ledgers they're talking to, synchronize those two? And that's a real use case that's often people forget. And that's one of three things I want you to remember. There's going to be a test at the end. The first is the synchronization. The second is the idea of transacting periods. And the third is the fact that you've got to be able to record payable receivables or obligations on chain. So, remembering those three things, if you're looking at military transport, although most of our board and our management are all banking and finance guys, our chairman is actually a logistics company guy. But he's also a West Point grad and commanded some Black Hawk helicopters in Iraq as a captain. And the two things he used to say was, "Where's my stuff?" He actually used a different S word, but I'm just being polite. "And do I have the money to pay for it?" So when you look at transport, you've got the idea of these multiple budgets, multiple orders against those budgets, the assignment of those orders, their completion, their reconciliation and payment. So you've got a whole bunch of transactions, which should be easy, except you've got all the different services. You've got probably 4 lines of transportation services that actually have 86 lines of operations, and all those treasury budgets, and there's actually 351 different systems. So we're talking about tracking money across a whole bunch of disparate systems. And what I've described to you is not about money that's going from one person to the other. It does involve that to a small extent, but it actually involves all the future dated obligations, orders to be fulfilled, transportation to be done, money to be invoiced, money to be paid. So you've got to deal with those things. And so blockchain should be able to help, but unfortunately, current blockchains have a limitation. They're perpetual state change logs that can tell you what's happened today in the history, but they can't tell you about the future, which is why we're implementing a distributed network accounting ledger that actually has reconcilable and archival transaction periods and the ability to record future dated payable receivables online. So we're planning to implement this in conjunction with an advanced and dynamic documentation control system, as well as an SAP ERP system. So then we can synchronize the ledgers, we can reconcile and archive the transacting periods, and we can project on chain. And that means that you're not retroactively dealing with exceptions of solving problems, but proactively preventing them from being wrong. So remember, the three things I wanted you to remember when you're looking at a blockchain solution is the synchronization, the reconcilable and archival transaction periods, and the ability to record obligations or payable receivables on chain. And remember, all of that is only impossible if you actually have a ledger that is a financial ledger with double entry accounting. And so without accounting, without these concepts, you're going to struggle to reflect things accurately. So hopefully we're going to implement this to bring efficiency, accuracy, and transparency to that. Thank you.
I prioritize the GBA conferences because it's where real builders show up.
Technology is advancing at a rapid rate.
It's important that we're talking about blockchain right now because it isn't just a financial system, it's so much more.
In my mind, it's going to be the reason why we will remain the dominant superpower in the world.